the altcoins that we're buying right now.
Let's get into it.
So guys, today we are going to be taking a look at, the altcoins that we are buying right now. Some blood has been spilt, the streets are just full of it, and ultimately the fear that is up for sale is a bit daft. We are going to get into the market, we're going to tell you the 3 projects that we are buying up, those 3 altcoins that we are buying in this dip. As we get into this, if you find this video useful, informative, maybe even entertaining at times, hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all of this, technical analysis, new cryptocurrencies, hidden gems that we talk about here at Cheeky Crypto, then do consider subscribing to the channel. By subscribing, you'll be kept up to date with absolutely everything, and it is free, and you'll stay well informed, so why not? And Chris, anything else you would like to add before we jump on down to the desktop and start talking about the projects that we're buying in this particular dip?
Yeah, just let us know in the comments below if you're buying any other coins. Really interested to see what people are buying in this amazing opportunity of a dip. My favorite kind of day.
Absolutely right. So let's go see what fear's up for sale.
Let's do it.
Right, so here we are. We have a market capitalization today, Chris, of 1.7. Okay, so we've pretty much lost just under 200 or 300 billion dollars, about 200 and something billion dollars, I think, off the market cap. And Bitcoin's basically pulled everything down, which means that decoupling has not happened yet, and therefore it's not alt season. Instead, we get this rare opportunity to basically fill our bags a little bit more before things really go parabolic, which is a fantastic opportunity if you choose to see it this way. Obviously, there's plenty of fear up for sale, some blood has been spilt, and we're able to see exactly what's going on. So this here is a list of the projects that we're invested in, and we have an opportunity now to fill our bags a little bit more just with a few additional projects, and we're going to get into just a few of these, right? So we're going to go through a few altcoins that we are going to be buying up today because, well, why not? There's plenty of fear, and these opportunities are rare.
They're an absolute bargain today. I love it.
Right, let's get into the very first one, Chris, which has to be, without a shadow of a doubt, Harmony One. I mean, this thing is like printing money right now. So we've gone from an oversold status right up here down to almost oversold. And once you're at the bottom, Chris, what do we always say?
Well, there's only one place to go, Nick, and what's that?
Well, that's going to be right back up to the upside. So this one's looking like an absolute steal. It came down to the red zone earlier. We can see the red zone down here is the area that normally you'd be concerned on with a retracement. But when you're that low on an RSI, a relative strength index, there's only one place to go, and that's going to be up. So this is looking like a very, very attractive buy right now. And if we can pull this down into our hourly, here you can see it was oversold and is still incredibly low at 32 on that relative strength index. The volumes have started to decrease, so it's going to start stabilizing down here until the markets start to really pick up. So this is a rare opportunity to pick up some One Harmony if you have still, got a reasonable size bag, but you just need to fill it up a little bit more. Then there's a real opportunity right here to pick up some pretty lucrative amounts of Harmony One. This is actually currently at 8.8 cent, come down significantly from its high of 22.4, and this thing has some huge opportunities with it. I still think that this thing can go to $2 quite comfortably in the parabolic run of the alt season, so this is a nice lucrative buy. Anything you'd like to add, Chris, on Harmony One? Obviously the blockchain itself, doing lots of bridging, and bridging is an amazing thing. That is going to be real key, right?
Yeah, I mean, everybody that watches the show regular would know my feelings on the bridging and the project sort of working together and all that sort of stuff in harmony, if you excuse the pun. So, for me, the NFT stuff is a bit of a craze at the moment. Not suggesting in any way that it's like a bubble that's going to burst, but for me, quietly in the background, like you've got these projects that are bridging, and working alongside other projects. And I think, that's going to be the next really big thing. And I've talked about it regularly, how important it is. We need to eradicate some of the tribalism and all this sort of stuff, which would be really good for the space. And I think the projects are included in that, working together. We've said before that there's going to be many winners. And I think some of these projects like Harmony One, Cosmos, and various other ones Cardano, AGI. I think they're going to be doing phenomenally well.
Absolutely, which actually brings us on, Chris, to that second altcoin that we'll be buying today, which obviously has to be SingularityNet, right? I mean, when there's a project that is this powerful in terms of everything that they're going to be doing in the future, if you're super early with AGI here, this is a rare opportunity to get right back in at a very lucrative price. Currently at 27 cents, this had a high all the way up here of, I think it was like 50 something cent. If I just move that down a little bit, 59.8. So you're getting that at basically 2/3 off, which is fantastic. And again, just like Harmony One, because of this recent, price action of Bitcoin pulling everything down, this thing's almost oversold, which just means that is an incredible deal because that thing's got only one place to go, which is going to be to the upside. And we're going to see some very fantastic numbers get printed here with AGI. So a good opportunity, if you see it that way, to pick up some fear that's been up for sale. Some people have just been, selling, fearful, and ultimately we can take advantage of that. And the volumes are decreasing, so we're going to stabilize. If we pull that down into our hourly, and this again shows us that we are currently oversold. And guys, there's an opportunity right now to look at that and really get involved. So interesting stuff going on with AGI. And for those who do not know, SingularityNet is all about your artificial intelligence, specifically your artificial general intelligence, and basically creating a decentralized AI marketplace to take that, big players such as Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Apple, etc., to take the AI away from those guys and actually decentralize it for everyone to utilize, rather than big corporations only being able to really utilize their AI through big budgets, etc. So SingularityNet is going to be absolutely huge in the future if they're successful, and I think they will be. They've obviously partnered up with Cardano, those two companies, IOG, SingularityNet. They're basically going to be having a joint office over in Ethiopia, really focusing down. Obviously, Cardano is going to take advantage of the artificial intelligence, having access to that. And obviously, SingularityNet is going to be able to take advantage of the superior technology that Cardano is currently struggling on Ethereum because it's just not as superior as Cardano. Not my words, that's Dr. Ben Goertzel's words from SingularityNet, really struggling to utilize Ethereum, and basically Cardano is going to be the one that really helps push forward that decentralization of a marketplace for artificial intelligence, amongst many other fantastic things. So definitely one to watch out for. SingularityNet is going to be an absolute beast, and right now it's basically 2/3 off, Chris, which it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, amazing project.
Yeah, do you want to add anything to SingularityNet?
I don't think there's really much more I can add to it. Everybody knows how I feel about these projects by now. For me, I mirror everything Nick just said about SingularityNet. I think the fact that they're, going to have an office in Africa, a shared office with Cardano, I think is remarkable. Again, it aligns to the stuff that I just talked about for One Harmony. The bridges that are being made and how important that is for cryptocurrency, the world, and for us to move forward and get that mainstream adoption. I think that's a powerful way to sort of weed out some of the stronger projects away from some of the weaker projects. And I don't think many people are talking about it at the moment, but for me, it's another one of those that aligns to my way of thinking and how I see the bigger pictures and how that's going to sort of roll out over time.
Fantastic. Right, so let's get into that next project, Chris. The next one that we're buying up some of the fear has to be Cardano. This thing again has come down significantly, and there's some fantastic news just around the corner. So Cardano to USDT here, and we can see this thing is fast approaching oversold. It's not oversold yet, so it's slightly higher on that relative strength index than the other two projects that we're talking about. But there is some fantastic news on the horizon. Next Thursday, there is the Cardano Africa special event where they're going to be announcing that government deal and talking about everything that they're going to be planning to do over in the continent of Africa there, and specifically around the Ethiopia side. But ultimately, it's going to be a catalyst for change. I've been saying this for a while on our Cardano channel, and this is another rare opportunity to get in at almost a dollar level here, $1.04 at the point of recording this video. Obviously was significantly lower, and if we pull this down into our hourly, again, you can see it was very briefly oversold down here. So incredibly low still at the point of recording this video. There's huge opportunities here with Cardano to basically print money, because that's ultimately what we're saying. When you're at the bottom here, there's only one place to go, and that's up, and it's going to be an increase on your value. So if there's some short-term traders, there's some opportunities today specifically. If you're thinking long-term, this thing's got huge potential. So Cardano, for those who do not know, they're basically looking to run governments on the blockchain. The first one starts at Ethiopia, and then they're going to basically try to roll it out across the continent of Africa. And as we said with the Singularity Net, they've partnered up with Singularity Net. They're both going to be running a co-office over in Ethiopia, where they're going to be working together to establish strong relationships between artificial intelligence and all that kind of good stuff. And obviously, it's going to be massive for adoption. There's going to be millions of users onboarded across Africa, and it's going to start with Ethiopia, and that's going to be coming out next week. We're going to start to learn a little bit more about what's going on there. We also had the PM of Ethiopia also talking a little bit about the things that are going to happen there to kind of digitalize the future. And Africa is going to be that new powerhouse, and it's going to be interesting to see how all that plays out. So this thing just feels very, very cheap for what it's trying to do and what it has currently done. I know there's lots of people out here saying it doesn't have any dApps or anything like that. Yeah, sure. But, at some point, Amazon was only selling books. At some point, Apple was only a Mac, right? Have some future thinking, guys. You can't just look at the here and now and expect it to moon. Think about the future, think about longer term, and you'll see some true potential. So Cardano has absolutely fantastic opportunities on the horizon, along with OneHarmony, along with AGI, and along here with ADA. I think these three are definitely buys that we will be doing today. These are fantastic opportunities in our opinion, and I think we're going to be in a pretty good position in a couple of weeks once all this reverses and the bull market continues. But Chris, anything else you'd like to add on Cardano?
Yeah, I mean, Cardano, I mean, where to even begin? Again, it aligns with everything that we said. I said at the beginning when we were talking about harmony, again, working with each other and all that sort of stuff. I don't want to just keep going over the same stuff, but I do think that's really important. And, this stuff in Africa, it's just the start, right, of things to come, a bit like what Nick was sort of alluding to there with, Apple and that side of things. But, expect things like passport systems, voting systems, banking the unbanked, this is going to be life-changing for many people. And I think what they're doing is amazing. That's, both AGI, Singularity Net, and Cardano. And, we talk about projects all the time, but, the ones that are going to be set apart from the rest are going to be the ones that have sort of the adoption in the real world for real use case. We talk about VeChain, and VeChain probably would have made it into this video if my bag wasn't as big as it is. So, it's difficult. There are so many fantastic projects, but I do think, like you can weed some of the stronger ones out from the crowd by looking at what they're doing in the real world. And that's what we've tried to do here. On another sort of point, this is a wonderful opportunity. If it's an opportunity, don't overextend yourself in the markets. Never spend more than you're willing to lose, because obviously it's a volatile market that isn't really regulated. And none of this is financial advice. It's just our thoughts. And, I was telling you what we're going to be doing today. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Guys, if you have found this video useful and informative, hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with those hidden gems, new cryptocurrencies, technical analysis, and news, then do consider subscribing to the channel. By subscribing, you'll be kept up to date with absolutely all of it. It is free and you'll stay well informed, so why not? And with all of that said and done, we hope everyone has a fantastic day, guys, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Take care.